Valley, it's Jay Alexaa. I'm in studio today with Nakia Chavez and Carol Misse, and they're from the second annual Women's Empowerment Expo. This event is on May 18th at the Phoenix Convention Center, and we are getting ready for a day of inspiration and fun. They're not just making history, they're making her story. Is that the motto for the convention?
It is, yes,
Amazing. So the second annual Women's Empowerment Expo will be a one-of-a-kind experience. So Nakia and Carol are partners in this event, and so let's talk about the obvious first. How and why is a man putting on the Women's Empowerment Expo?
Yes, ma'am. So I've worked in the fitness industry for about 20 years.
Okay.
And during that time, I would open new locations, and I built up all these relationships with vendors and stuff like that. And I worked towards the end towards a family business.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working these hours, and they were going on vacations all the time. And I just got to a point where I was like, hey, I'm tired of sending other families on vacation.
Yeah.
So I got with my girlfriend. I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to get into events, and that's where my passion is, and that's what I would do at the gyms.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, can you hold us down for a little while? And she was like, yeah, I got this. Go after it. So as I'm pursuing the fitness side and the events and stuff like that, my mom's putting up a lot of money, maxing out, maxing out credit cards. And so it's just been these amazing women throughout my life that have always held me down, inspired me. And so because of them, I was able to chase after these entrepreneurship dreams that I had. And so when it came time for another event I wanted to do, it was pretty easy for me to kind of pay homage to the women in my life.
Yeah.
So I have daughters now. I have granddaughters. So it becomes about legacy and things for them, like what they can do in the future.
Yeah.
Setting a path for them. Add into that another amazing woman that came into my life.
Yeah. And Carol, you're a primary investor. So what made you want to get invested into this event?
His story. So we actually met through social media.
Wow. Okay.
IG. We set up a meeting to meet, and we did at a coffee shop downtown. And first thing I asked them, it's funny because the first time I asked them, after we introduced us, okay, so why? Why are you doing this, right? Because you have those you're apprehensive, right? Because you want to know
where your money's going.
It's not that. It was more about the meaning.
Okay.
Tell me why you're doing this. Are you just another guy trying to make money off of women?
True.
Popping things up, you know what I mean? And benefiting of, all these hardworking women, trying to make a name for themselves and their branding. Or what, is it about empowerment, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah.
And so when he told me his story, but then even more so told me his story about how he had been incarcerated and how he had, started all of this and come up to us, to me, it spoke volumes, specifically because I've known so many people that have come out of bad situations and kind of get lost in what do I do, how can I get a job, or what can, and just knowing that someone just took what they wanted to do to pay homage to the women in his life and then create this despite the hardships that he had in his own personal life and journey. I thought that's pretty darn cool because a lot of people when they come out of incarceration, well, at least small people that I've known, they just kind of get lost with the system, and they get lost with where to work.
Yeah, because you're starting at tile one again.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that also speaks volumes to me because it felt like, what, if you can do it, then that means a lot of people that come out of the system can also create their own,
their own
legacy.
path.
Yeah, their own path.
Yeah. So what makes this expo so different from the other ones? Because you hear of different pop-up events, but this one is known as literally the Women's Empowerment Expo. So what makes it different?
Yeah. So I've been to some of the other expos, and to me, and this isn't a knock at any of them, it was more of a trunk show, a lot of shopping.
Yeah.
And with the women in my life, they're all entrepreneurs. Even a couple of our daughters run their own businesses.
Period.
And so the women, I know a lot of female business owners. So I wanted something that catered more to that aspect. If you're a young lady coming up and kind of don't know where to go now with your business, you can make the connections here. We have speakers that talk on creating an LLC, business taxes, franchising, becoming a franchisee, and stuff like that. And then we have events going all day. What are the?
We have the CPR class, tactical training, defense.
Female comedian, all female.
How many stages are you having?
So for the speakers, we're doing panels this year.
Okay.
So it's just one stage with panels of 4. We have financial intelligence, mental health, motivation, and entrepreneurship and brand building, and then 2 keynote speakers as well.
And how many vendors are you guys having?
I think we've got about 200 vendor booths. So we're
wow,
about
that's
180
huge.
vendors. Yeah,
okay, and what types of vendors do you have? Is it
We have cafe owners, lawyers, female lowrider clubs,
Oh,
motorcycle stunt
cool.
women, female police, welders. I mean, you name it, we've got it there. So
Okay, and tell me about the all-female comedy show because that's awesome. I love to see like the women going up and killing it on stage.
yeah, there's a young lady, Sandra. She's actually in roller derby as well.
Okay.
She came to me. She's like, "Hey, we'd really, like to put something together like this."
Mhm.
I thought it was a great idea, great way to showcase, the Valley's talent and these women and the hard work that they put into doing this. And a lot of them, what I've gotten from them is this is a big, almost a mental thing. They're able
Yeah.
to deal with their trauma through comedy and
Yeah.
stuff like that, which is huge. So
Okay. The CPR, the self-defense, or the fire safety classes, are those free?
yeah, firearm safety. We have free firearm safety, free self-defense. CPR, we have DIY workshops. Even the classes, we have choreographed dance classes that are free. The comedy, to watch all of it is free.
What about the plant-based fashion show? Because I saw that on the itinerary, and I was like, well, what's that?
So it's a young lady out here, Jade, SWIA LLC. She's got a patent on everything. So everything she does, from the material to the
Wow.
dyeing, is all natural dyes. There's no artificial, no plastics or anything like that in any of her work.
Okay, so talking about fashion, is there a dress code for this event, or what kind of attire should people be wearing?
It's pretty much up to you. I mean, we have dance classes in there, so we have some fitness stuff going on as well. So just be comfortable. Be
Okay.
comfortable and be ready to take part in everything. So
Good. And what's the cost of a ticket?
right now we're doing $15 in advance, and then it's $20 the day of.
Okay, and are you guys still accepting vendors? Because I have had people DM me. They're asking if there are.
Yes, we
vendor
are up
spots.
I think we've got a few booths left. So as long as there's booths left, we're accepting vendors. So
Okay, and please remind our listeners when, where, and why this is happening.
it's going to be this Saturday, May 18th, from 10 to 6 at the Phoenix Convention Center in halls 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, and where can people purchase their tickets?
www.weexpo.org.
Okay, so this is the second annual Women's Expo. This is going to be at the convention center, like he said, this Saturday, May 18th. Bring your mom, bring your sisters, your grandmas, your friends, whoever you guys want. The tickets are online, so you can purchase them today.